Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Beyond the Gates. This is week October 20th through the 24th. I do appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also subscribe, and you can leave your comments below. Let's get into these week's episodes. Okay, first and foremost, I do apologize. As you can probably just hear, all this wind. So that's my disclaimer. I apologize. I'm gonna do my best to work through it, but please be patient with me. Also, please give me a round of applause because this is week 3. You see that? You see that? I'm getting consistent. Hey, hey. No. Anyways. Yeah, we're going to start with Mona and Laura. Laura's actually alive. It's just so interesting. Well, not alive, but we haven't seen her in probably, 2 months now? Mona, of course, we have seen. There are some flowers that arrived at Nicole's place, and it's Ted writing to Nicole, and it says, "Thanks for last night." And they wondered what that meant. Now, Ted was hopeful his encounter with his ex would lead to a reconciliation despite their newly being divorced. Nicole ended up meeting up with Ted, and she admitted that she would have slept with him if that hotel fire alarm had not gone off. Thanks, Leslie, Sheila, Tanisha. But she has taken it as a sign that they were better off as eventual friends. Well, Eva realized that Leslie was the one that rung the bell and confronted her. Leslie growled that she would do it again because she was not going to let Ted get away a second time. But you don't have him even... Lord, you stayed away for 20 plus... It's so weird the way that she wants to think. But the thing is, out of this whole situation, she's punishing everybody but Ted. But that is such a pick-me way of doing things. You hate Nicole for what? For being the wife? When this dude was having an affair? It don't make any sense at how you operate and how you think. And how in the world you're manipulating everybody in this town and they do what you say. And then you still stuck on stupid for a man that you ain't even been with for over 20 years. That did not give you a second thought until you came back into town. You're weird. And Eva, you can stop all this reflection. Stop it. Like, quit acting like you really, one, is making it acting like you really care, because it looks like you want to be shown as something that you're really not. Go somewhere. Alright, so Nicole and Carlton. Nicole learned that Anita planned to stop putting money away into Barbara's trust, and she allowed Carlton to comfort her. So are you here for Nicole and Carlton? At least something to get her through those cold nights? I mean, this is DMV. It's going to start chilling down over there. How y'all looking anyways for anybody that's in the DMV area? Y'all got on coats and stuff like that? Possibly I'll have a coat by late December around here. But not like what y'all got. Y'all got bundles on. Vanessa and Danny. Vanessa fumed when Danny suggested that she only wanted Donnell to return to college because his presence cramped her style with Joey. Of course it is. She can't say that she's a bad mama. Joey was surprised that Vanessa aspired to be an equal in his business, insisting that she didn't know what she was signing up for. And I don't believe you do. Not for real. You're in this fantasy world, and I'm actually here for some type of shaking to happen with you. You lost your husband not knowing that you two were a mark. Now he done lucked up and now getting some free coochie. Hopefully I can say that on YouTube. But yeah, he done locked up and manipulating you, playing with your son. But I would love to see what type of person you will become when you find out who Joey really is to you and how he really feels about you. But anyways, I kind of just, I want you to get burned. I love you, Vanessa, but at the same time, nah. When he slipped that he would eliminate any threat that would see him land in jail, Vanessa again said What do you mean by that? Wondered if Joey had been involved in Doug's untimely going on to glory. Doug is right in your face, Vanessa, but you don't even care because you are into this danger. Watch yourself. And you ain't watching yourself, ma'am. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you're sleeping with the enemy, Miss Julia Roberts. When Vanessa wasn't wavering in her desire to rule at Joey's side, she pointed out Donnell would, or did he? Joey pointed out that Donnell would wonder what his mother was up to. So Vanessa pulled all the strings to ensure Donnell went back to campus. I said, ma'am, you going to hell. Manipulative lady. You're going to use the daughter, I forgot what her name is, Deanna, to say, oh, she needs you. And you can get to her because you have that twin connection. Heifer, you don't think that your child needs you as the mother that pushed her out? I don't care about no twin connection. Your daughter lost their father unexpectedly. I can't wait till Deanna comes into town. And I keep saying, I hope these children whip her arse. Not literally, but I want her to feel the pain and feel the confusion and all the crap that they probably are carrying because of this woman and her desire to be Edie Falco. Edie Falco, well, that's the actress. What's that show? That was the gangster movie that was on, not movie, series that was on HBO or Showtime for about 6 seasons. That was really big in the early 2000s. But anyway. So Donnell is going back to campus, and yes, it looks like the actor, he's gone from the set. So he was only supposed to be here for a little time. And I don't understand that, but it's just like, so now Vanessa has nothing kind of like hanging in balance. It's just, she's just going to be so entrapped and enthralled into this man and this business. And it's like, okay, like we need someone to kind of advocate. We need a Donnell, even though he's just kind of young anyways. I wish he was a little bit more savvy and to get things really popping against Mr. Armstrong. But hey, I don't know what the plans are for the future, but I do hope that Vanessa's burned for a little bit. And she can get back up after she gets burned. I'll accept that and allow that. You know, I just want her to feel the effects of how she wants to carry on with life. Let's see. Joey wanted Vanessa to think beyond her own gratification, but she invited him to continue their chat at her house. Although the bedroom she had shared with Doug was off limits. So why have her in it? Why at all have him in your house? Because, ma'am, as much as you have allowed yourself to cave in, he gonna be in that bed. Heifer. Danny, Andre, Vernon, and Anita. I'm actually getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this. Vernon and Anita are basically going to be questioning Danny and Andre again. Are you sure? Only a brunch invitation from Anita stopped Danny from confronting Leslie at the country club. I would have loved for that to happen. I would have loved. But Danny quickly intuited that her parents meant to grill both her and Andre. Vernon took Andre aside to re-examine his intentions towards his daughter, while Anita questions Danny's behavior. Each asked if they were in love with each other. Andre and Danny separately explained that their unconventional love was enough for them. So the elder Duprees grudgingly accepted their marriage. What else is there to do? I wish you could, I don't know. Even thinking about Ted and Nicole, I mean, this is the thing you want to get involved in, but you didn't want to get involved in anybody else's couple and what they had going on. You didn't even try to see if it was salvageable between Nicole and Ted. Oh, that's y'all. Da, da, da. Ted, if you want it, you better go fight for her. Da, da, da. And then it was just nothing. Crazy. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm trying not to fuss this episode. Bill and Keegan. Keegan is Bill's private investigator, and he's investigating Andre on the low. Keegan thought it was odd that there was no current photos of Andre in public. Meanwhile, fashion designer Rich Forrester, he's from The Bold and the Beautiful, wanted to cast Danny and Andre in a campaign together. When Andre continued to balk that he preferred to be behind the camera rather than in front of it, Danny turned down the offer. Then later, Danny clashed with Tony over Vanessa, and he took a $10,000 bet that her marriage to Andre would not last a year. So obviously, whatever Andre had been in beforehand, is coming back to bite him. And I guess I'm interested in this as long as the writers are not going to drop the ball. I want to see what happens and all that. But it's weird that he didn't want to take his picture, but he signed up for a documentary. That you are notarized as the person that did the documentary. So it doesn't make any sense to me that you're so mysterious and private about your photos being seen. I don't know. Chelsea and Madison, they're at the country club, and Chelsea felt for Dr. Madison, whose fanatical mother kept minimizing her with anti-medicine creeds, and implying that her acceptance of her conspiracy cure social media posts or something like that. But anyways, Madison got a mama that don't believe in modern medicine. She believes in the healing crystals and all of that, natural remedies instead of all this other crap. And I was just trying to think of which soap character is kind of like that. Opal on All of My Children was kind of like that for a little while. There's a few that were just kind of more eccentric and more out there and just did not really get down with what at least the current stages were when those characters was out. So I guess we're setting up for what's next between Chelsea and Madison as another outside force is coming in. Who knows what this is going to do to her or do to them. So Chelsea made this poll about the conspiracy cure on social media posts. The majority of Chelsea's followers didn't think that she should interfere in the Montgomery's strained relationship. The influencer decided to take action anyways. I guess she wanted to get involved with whatever the rift is between her and the mother, and even trying to help the mother understand about Western medicine and all that, and that's when she took the poll, which is weird that she would. I understand blogging, I know you need content, but nah, especially what you just went through with Dallison and all that good stuff. Nah, I wouldn't let anyone that in to my life, at least at this point. This girl was tracking your whole life and knew how to get you and all that good stuff, so no. Tomas and Kat, they arrive at the hospital. Kat talks with Shanice like, I need a huge favor, da-da-da-da-da. And Shanice negotiated a Kat Chelsea bag, so that's good. So Tomas sustained an injury after sex with Kat, who ended up chastising herself for breaking her man's penis. Hopefully I can say it on YouTube. If not, I apologize. But yeah, she done broke Lil Mas. I'm like, really? Quite crazy, but anyways. Kat ended up confiding in Martin, who came up to the hospital. He wanted to visit with his mom. And he encouraged her to continue exploring her sexual side, but he said that he's going to tell Smitty. And she said, why you going to do that? Because we decided not to keep any secrets from each other, and this is too juicy. I said, go ahead and be messy, Martin. Get your Wendy Williams on. Clap if you care. Which we don't care about Thomas and Kat. So he goes home and tells Smitty all that what was going on. And all that good stuff. Samantha and Tyrell, they're at Orphan Jeans, and then they're talking to June. I'm trying to get over my cringe and uncomfortability of June being on my screen in this particular way. And I'm just going to speed past it so that I don't, because I'm going to sound mean, no matter how it comes across. Tyrell, he was filling out applications for college and da-da-da-da-da, and was really encouraging him, like, yeah, you'll get it, your dad's really raised you right, da-da-da-da-da. Also, Samantha is there, and June encourages Tyrell to patch things up with Jessica. Samantha wanted to embrace her, June encouraged Samantha because of her lack of likes, to, embrace her status as a Dupree on her socials instead of downplaying it. I know that they're going to have some problems with that, so Tyrell got Jessica to go with him to a Halloween dance. They finally made up after how Tyrell was treating her. While Samantha planned to capitalize on Nathan's likes on her news post. Yes, after she decided to go full Dupree, Nathan liked all the posts, and now she wants to get in touch with him. Obviously, we see in the previews for next week. All right, so Leslie goes to the country club and she has Peaches there. At that point, Leslie and Peaches, they ran into Nicole. And of course, Leslie does her usual, and of course now making sport that Nicole and Chad are no longer together and they're divorced. And the new Mrs. Richardson is going to be so stylish and than the first one. Nicole, just let her know you can't get to me anymore. It's over, done. Even though I wish you would choke it out of her one more time, please. One more time, please. Well, Peaches was upset with Leslie for doing that to Nicole. She didn't like how Leslie was gleefully trying to humiliate Nicole and scoffed that money does not buy class. When Leslie ended up going off on Peaches about it, Peaches had a coughing fit so bad, Leslie struggled to get the mother who raised her home. Eva was horrified to learn that Leslie had picked a fight with the alien woman, but seeing that the distressed Leslie had become increasingly aware of Peaches' mortality, Eva promised Leslie that they would handle it together. I just don't understand. I feel like I was sold a dream on Leslie, and I thought that she was going to be this ultimate villain. She's just a delusional pick-me. And I don't get it. And now they're trying to soften her up and make us really want... They want to humanize the villain. I'm not with it. Y'all can tell me if you guys are. Alright, so Eva ends up going to Uptown, and she meets this new guy. She ends up clicking with the guy named Isaiah. And as reported already, that Isaiah is Jacob's brother. Younger brother at that. We are learning that Isaiah is a counselor who helped people earn advanced degrees. He had recently returned from the Pacific Northwest to find work in D.C. Isaiah outwardly shared that his father was more likely to crush his dreams than support them. It looks like he comes from a family where everyone traditionally becomes a cop. And he's the only one that did something different. And it seems like a lot of his work is humanitarian. I think that is going to work if they plan on doing something between him and Naomi, because Naomi's more humanitarian than a lawyer to me. She's always in somebody else's business. I had to get that out though. But it's like, okay. So they're kind of doing this little tango flirt type of thing. And you can tell that Vanessa's really kind of just sparking up to this new guy that's in town. Vanessa and Danny. They ended up seeing Haley talking to the man that aided her during her miscarriage, but couldn't agree on whether his name was Randy or Sammy. Randy slipped a vial of poison, which she dropped into Bill's drink. The next day, Haley struggled not to get caught in a web of lies. So she worked to get her hands on Bill's life insurance so that she could verify its $10 million amount. Bill inadvertently avoided drinking the first cup of poison tea, but Haley got him down on the second one that she made. I'm seeing how Haley is rolling, and again, it's just like, I'm for all of this stuff against Bill. You're telling me that you are the biggest sniper out there and you con a bunch of men. But it's just like, you know what you're doing, and you know that you have a partner in all this. Why would you just go vote rogue? And I know that this is like soap opera practice or purposes, but it's just like, why aren't you listening to this man? It's just weird to me. The Hawthorns, whom are getting on my nerves, specifically Naomi, because I understand why Naomi and Ashley are friends. They overthink. What if? 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 And I know that you really wanted a child, but I don't. I'm not going to change, and I know that you're not going to change. What's going to happen to us? They had a difficulty navigating Naomi's negative pregnancy, and the fact that they now each held different beliefs about having children. Derek fantasized about telling Ashley he had regained the use of his legs and the strobe to make it a reality, though he was getting cabin fever, being stuck in the apartment. Getting a text from Naomi, who desperately wanted to return to some sense of normalcy in her life. Ashley brought Derek to meet the Hawthorns at Uptown, where Naomi quickly got drunk. She was a mess. It's like she's got resentment, but she's just angry that Jacob now wants a family. You would think that Jacob's just tying her down and saying, take my babies and get me a baby. It's very weird at how she's acting now. All because she's such this overthinker and analyzes everything. Oh my. It's just, how do you really have friends? Naomi got drunk and began making cryptic comments about feeling wrapped into her marriage while stumbling to the bathroom or out, whatever. She's around the bathroom area. She was about to fall, and Naomi was saved by falling Isaiah, whom had been watching the whole altercation. So it was like, ooh, okay. So then you got this photo here where it looks like, okay, Naomi, what's up? Naomi and Isaiah, it looks like that there's something maybe boiling there. But if Isaiah's a humanitarian, then Naomi is also. So they may click better. But it also, we need to know if he wants children. But anyways, that's my recap for this week. It was a light week. I'm just not here for the sympathy of Leslie. And yeah, either she's a villain or not, but let me know and let me get on with my life, I guess, writers, but whatever. Donnell should have still been here, or somebody, somebody needs to advocate for duh. But y'all can let me know what you think. Please like this video. You can subscribe, share, and leave your comments below. And until next week, peace.